to thank Dr. Nashwa Nada and Dr. Mustafa Rifai for helping me in collecting these data. Establishment of Central Auditory Psychophysical Testing in Tanta University started before 1996 by studying central auditory functions in schizophrenics with and without auditory hallucination. This work was published in 1996, and after that, a lot of work was done, and we mixed it between psychophysical and electrophysiological. In the coming two slides, I will show you a list of work that was done in Tanta University. I will pass them quickly. And finally, I will highlight or underscore three of them. The first is frequency discrimination in children with specific language impairment. And as you all know, specific language impairment is a type of language disorder that in which the children have significant difficulty in functional language, together with no apparent reason and with normal hearing. In that study, 24 children with SLI were included, with a similar group of normal language developed children. They were all submitted to frequency modulated difference Lyman and mismatch negativity. Results showed that the SLI subjects had significantly poorer ability of frequency discrimination, and also they performed significantly worse in mismatch negativity regarding both latency and amplitude. Interestingly, the frequency modulated difference Lyman at 2 kHz was significantly correlated with mismatch negativity latency. And accordingly, it was recommended that frequency modulated difference Lyman can be used in screening for SLI in children with delayed language development, and also for follow-up those children and monitoring their language development. Getting to another point, as you all know, this is the flow chart we follow for APDs, which was approved by the Egyptian guidelines 2024. And as you can see, for remediation, there are three types: informal, formal, and mobile or internet applications. For informal remediations, with the courtesy of Professor Dr. Muhammad Ramadan, we used his material and we prepared this chart for following up and recording the scores of each subject with the date, so that it will be easy to compare between the sessions. And then we started to filing the patients with remediation, and this was done in 2011. And this figure shows the number of patients who came to Tanta University for remediation. For formal remediation, there was a cooperative work done with Faculty of Education, Tanta University, and I'm honored to be one of the supervisors of that work. The thesis titled "The Effectiveness of a Program Based on Using Compensatory Strategies to Lessen Auditory and Visual Processing Disorders Among Students of First Stage of Elementary Education." Those children came for diagnosis in audiovestibular medicine unit, and they were tested before and after applying this remediation program. Before applying the program, the trainer presents the following three questions to help the child to focus on the coming task. The first question was, why are we doing this? To monitor my attention. How would I do this task? To focus my attention on what I hear. And finally, what should I do when I hear the task? I listen to the task or raise my hand if I don't understand it. This is the first screen of the program, and then you get the audio activity or audiological activity, or visual or audiovisual, and in each type of the activity there are 7 exercises. This is an example of the auditory vigilance exercise. This is another example of the missing word exercise, and this is an example of the auditory discrimination exercise. Later on, we wanted to evaluate cochlear microphonics with and without contralateral masking in children with APD before and after remediation. But we were faced with 3 obstacles. The first one was that the patient was living far away, or the parents couldn't afford the expenses of the traveling or the sessions, and they may be unable to come regularly for testing. So we urged the parents to make an account for their children on the Limosity application on the internet, and then they bring us the scores every time they can. The Limosity application is an application that can be provide games, mental games for children or adults according to the age and according to the complaint. This is the first screen you get, which is the basic tasks, and this is another game called Speed Match. And this is the memory matrix, and finally you get the scores of each trial. And finally you get the scores of cognition, which include speed, memory, attention, flexibility, and problem solving. And these scores, you can compare them with each session. So finally, you will all know that it is crucial to understand the complex processing of acoustic stimuli along the auditory pathway. And comprehension of this complex processing can facilitate our understanding of the processes that underlie normal and other human communication. So we have to keep working as more researchers are needed. Thank you.